మిత్రులారా, బంధువులారా, వనకము స్వాగతము టు సౌత్ ఏషియా మ్యాప్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఛానల్. This is your presenter, Dr. J. Reddy, J. Tirupati Reddy. We are continuing our Aurangzeb series, a prominent ruler who ruled around about 50 years Bharat region as a Mughal Padshah, and we are discussing today as a part of 2C Aurangzeb's wives. Aurangzeb has four wives. His principal wife, Padashahi Begum, Dilras Banu Begum. We are discussing about Aurangzeb's prominent wife, Dilras Banu Begum, a Persian Safa with birth, origin, or blood. This is our Aurangzeb series, and today we are covering Aurangzeb's wives, Dilras Banu Begum, principal consort, means major wife. Most of the work is from the prominent book, Short History of Aurangzeb. This is the book, Short History of Aurangzeb, and from prominent historian Sir Jadunath Sarkar, former Vice Chancellor of Calcutta University, one of the famous historians of his time, also one of the greatest historians of the world itself. All these presentations, Mitronam, are posted for your convenience at South Asia Maps J. Reddy Education Channel, and I have around about 780 or so presentations. I have put them around about 75 or so. Playlist each has a 10, 15, 20 immaculately made presentations on varied diverse topics. You can pick and choose the topic of your interest. That is about the principal wife Dilras Banu Begum we are going to talk today. And first of all, why should we know about the Aurangzeb and his family? Aurangzeb is a very prominent ruler, a military general, strategist who lived very lengthy life of nearly 90 years, among which he ruled for 50 years, and his political military active career spanned nearly 72 to 73 years. The entire 70 plus years is in fact major history of Bharat. He left a very uncomfortable legacy for us today in South Asia. Aurangzeb legacy. So, if we know about him, his family, his personality, his career, we can very easily discern what is happening to us today. Today's the Radcliffe line, that is the Ravi line, Sutlej line in the west side, Bhagirathi Hooghly line in the east, Barak line, invisible Radcliffe lines in many parts of Bharat today, disarmament of Kafis and physical disarmament of Hindus, ideological disarmament and intellectual disarmament, anti-Brahminism, and propping of Qawatul Islam, the Islamic imperialism consolidation, today's demographic invasion, silent invasions in many parts of Bharat, and the development of a school of thinking among the natives called Hindu apologetics, and their loss of confidence, their intellectual poverty, and their bhava daridrya, partition post-partition. All these are directly, indirectly related to Aurangzeb's legacy. It is not to say he is responsible, but his role is considerable. Understanding about such a prominent ruler and his family gives us a deeper inkling of current socio-political, economic niches of Bharat, how they are developed, how they are molded. So, we talk about Aurangzeb's principal wife. Aurangzeb has four wives. We have seen before presentations. I have put them abbreviation something. Dilras Banu Begum, Nawab Bai, and Aurangabadi Mahal, Udayapuri Mahal. And Aurangzeb here, if you look at this, it will be very clear. He was born 1618, considered as 1617, 1 year less. That means add 90, that becomes 1707. He lived nearly 90 years, actually 90 plus years of Islamic Hijri calendar. So that is the birth. Aurangzeb's career can be made into three parts. One is as a prince and Subedar of his father, 40 years. He crowned himself, wrested the crown 1650 years, 58 or 57, ending he started the campaign, and ruled for 50 years, among which 25 years he ruled from Aryavarta, Uttar Bharat region. 1681 and 82 beginning March, he established himself round in Deccan, Aurangabad. So 40 years here as before the Padsa, 50 years as a Padsa, among 50 years, 25 years in Uttar Bharat, next 25 years fighting against Maratha nationalist in Dakshin Bharat. So that is his overall political career of 40 plus 25 plus 25 years, among which Dilras Banu Begum, I put her chronological life here, this pinkish color or something like that, DBB. That means she just died few months before he became the emperor, maybe 6 months before. She passed away around about 1 or 2 weeks before he got the news that his father fell severely ill and Delhi, or even passed away, certain rumors said, are on the way to Jannat. So, Dilras Banu Begum was born in 1622. She was married to Aurangzeb in 1637. That means he was the viceroy of Deccan. For his father Subedar, he was called to Delhi and married to Dilras Banu Begum, who has a Persian Safavid origin. That means is a royal blood of Safavid Shia emperors of ancient Persia. And in 1639, when Aurangzeb was in Deccan, she gave birth to first daughter Jebun-Nisa. So Jebun-Nisa, and after 2 years she gave 43, she gave to Jinatun-Nisa Begum. And he relinquished or disgraced from the office in 1644 and sent to Kandahar, those areas, to fight. And at that time, third daughter was born, Jubdatun-Nisa. You can very easily remember the three daughters of Dilras Banu Begum. All start with Z letter, that is zebra. Remember E-I-U, Jebun, Jinat, and Jubdat. When he was restored as a second time Viceroy Subadar of Deccan by in 1652, he reigned around about 5 years, then prepared for contesting the throne and was successful. 2 children was born in the second viceroyalty, both are boys, Muazzam and Akbar. Both were Akbar was the most favorite. After his first favorite son rebelled and he was imprisoned and executed, Akbar was the most favorite. He again he rebelled in Rajputana near Nadol Pali district in Rathor's territory, that is the Marwar region west of Aravalis, and he fled to South India and to Shambhaji's court. Aurangzeb followed him. So, second Dakshinapatha reign starts, regnal era starts. So, Dilras Banu Begum passed away before in the final stages of her husband's contesting the throne. So, and here I am showing the Deccan region of Aurangzeb, Jahangir Shah Jahan's time. Three Deccan provinces at that time, Mughal Subhas were Khandes, that is Talner and Burhanpur region, Jalgaon and Dhulia essentially now, Khandesh and Khandwa regions, and Berar, that is the Buldana, Akola, Amravati, those regions, and Aurangabad, Ahmednagar, Aurangabad, Jalna, and those regions, Maratha territory, and Catholic imperial headquarters at Goa, Gomantak, Bijapur, Adil Shahi area, Golconda, Qutub Shahi area. Safavid were the rulers of Persia. They established Islamic imperialism and in the ancient Persian land. And Safavid Empire, Shia Empire in Persia, survived from 1501 to 1736. Nadir Shah Quli overthrew it. He also invaded Delhi 37 or so and sacked the Delhi and all those things. In Mughal era, three prominent nobles were Turanis, Iranis, and Arabis, and local converts are called Hindustani Muslims. They are called Ashrafis. Sharif means the Middle Eastern word Arabic Persian means noble. Adjals means less born or locals. Nam second generations later converts. These are the Turanis. Arabs were first converts to Islamic imperialism after Battle of Badr 620 or so. Then later Turanis and Iranis in the Islamic imperialism. Here, Isfahan is the capital, Mashhad in Khorasan region. Interestingly, Dilras Banu Begum's last son given birth to 1657, just before the civil war of succession started, rebelled his father, went and stayed in Mashhad in Safa with capital of Khorasan, and the Shah promised to help to wrest the Mughal crown. It didn't happen. He passed away 3 years before his father's death in faraway land, Safavi's land, the land of origin of his forefathers. So that is the Dilras Banu Begum here clearly. Here, 40 years of before his crown, next 50 years of Aurangzeb as a Padsa, 25 years in Aryavarta, that is the Aryavarta, next 25 years in Dakshinapatha. Dilras Banu Begum gave 5 children. Jebun and Jinath and Jubda, 3 daughters, Azam and Akbar. Azam became the emperor after the death of his father at Bingar near Ahmednagar in the Balghat region of this territory of Maharashtra. He was the one who carried the final rites and buried him at Kuldabad. And Akbar, the last son who rebelled, Prince Akbar, died at Mashhad in Khorasan in Safavid, Persia. So Aurangzeb's, he is the 4 wives. So Dilras Banu Begum, the first 2 wives, Dilras Banu Begum. Dilras Banu Begum, Persian origin, and she died at Aurangabad. Remember, just before October, that means October, September, October, Shah Jahan fell ill. She died there. She was buried at Bibi Ka Maqbara, that is in Aurangabad, that is today's Sambhajinagar. Her son Azam built this Maqbara. This is a funerary architecture. In the alienated political circles in India, this is highly praised at the cost of local architectures like Brihadishwara temple and various monumental architecture. This is essentially a funerary architecture structure built on the dead persons. It imitates a sort of Taj Mahal as it is claimed. So if you go to this, we are in Aurangabad region. You can see the Bibi Ka Maqbara. That's the one. It sits in the Aurangabad town itself. Aurangabad town. You can see this is the Aurangabad town. You can see that's the Aurangabad. That's the Kidki. South of Devagiri, the historic capital of Yadava dynasty, which was overthrown by Islamic imperialism of Khiljis. If you expand Aurangabad, you should see this is the railway line, the railway track from Manmad on the west near Nasik and to in the Asafia territory, Nizam's railway line, and north of it you can see the tomb, Bibi Ka Maqbara. You can see the Bibi Ka Maqbara. Bibi Ka Maqbara tomb located in the city of Aurangabad in the Indian state of Maharashtra. Bibi Ka Maqbara. Yeah, that's about the very important consort of Aurangzeb. And she passed away. The Battle of Dharmat I discussed in the battle section, consolidation of Islamic imperialism. Aurangabad district here, Burhanpur district here now used to be part of Kandwa and Khandesh, this is the Dulia Jalgaon, Indur district and Ujjaini. Dharmat is bit near Indur or Ujjaini, where Aurangzeb won a major succession battle against army sent by Shah Jahan and his brother Dara Shikoh under Jaswant Singh Rathod, Raja of Mewad. So before that she passed away. That happened in April 58. She passed away 5-6 months earlier. And most of this ideological aspect of partition, Radcliffe line, I talked elsewhere. You can look at that one. That is about the prominent principal wife, royal blood, Safavi blood, Persian blood of Aurangzeb. The rest of the wives are kind of secondary importance, but none of her sons ruled except Azam has a brief stint of around about 3 months, and he was defeated and killed in the Battle of Jezza by his half-brother Muazzam, the son of Nawab Bhai. Muazzam titled himself as Shah Alam I or Bahadur Shah I, ruled nearly 5 years. Next we talk about Aurangzeb's other wife, Nawab Bhai. Disfavored wife, she lived a lot of years in separation, but her son succeeded his father. So thank you very much, Mitrulara, joining me today, and see you later in other presentations. Your presenter, Dr. J. Reddy. Your comments are most welcome, and a posting of your comments will be eagerly look forward. See you.